What's going on, guys? So today we're going to be going over the season 2 patch notes for Warzone, and they did a lot, so we're just really going to hit the important stuff because they do have like event stuff and all those other things, and I'll have the link for the full patch notes in the description for you guys if you guys want to see more. So we're going to be talking about more of the specifics that really what we believe that most people are here for. We're going to be going over rank, a little bit of what's happening with some events, and then going through all the buffs and the changes that they did to the game. They did some pretty major changes to the game that I'm really excited about. All right, season 2 Warzone patch note. These launched yesterday. There's the roadmap, so they got global events. Right now we have the Horde Hunt. Year of the Dragon should be starting on Friday, which today's Thursday, that means tomorrow. And then they have a few other events coming. Battle Pass, by the way, this man actually looks really dope. I really like the aesthetics that they gave to the Battle Pass. You got Fortune's Keep. That's a bunch of POI information. Again, I'll have this link listed for you guys if you guys want to see more on what that's said. But here we go. Warzone Ranked Resurgence. All this stuff isn't really new. This has already been out for the roadmap when they came out with that, and a lot of this stuff is very much set, except it just gives you a little bit more on the match rule set, and that's about it. So match rule set for rank, we got, well, obviously it's on Fortune's Keep, Resurgence, level 55 to play, trios, 51 max player count, which is about 17 squads. You got Circle 1 gets loadout, Circle 3 gets fire sale, and Circle 4 gets restock. Spawn protection reduced to 2.5 seconds. Snipers, this was huge. This is really huge. Snipers do not one shot in Resurgence rank. They do 299 damage. Now they did add another one shot sniper, which we'll be talking about here soon. For right now in rank, there's no sniper that one shots, which is really nice. You don't have to worry about that. So here is the restrictions. They banned the riot shield, all launchers, almost all shotguns. There's actually a few shotguns that are not banned. They have snake shot, dragon's breath, and high explosive rounds banned. All thermal optics banned. The Purifier and the Corvus Torch for underbarrel are banned. Trigger action, Maelstrom, dual trigger are banned. We have Bird's Eye, comms vest, all turreted ground vehicles and all turreted aquatic vehicles are banned. And the tiers are still the same here for everything. That's the breakdown for SR. So breakdown for seasonal challenges. And now these challenges are insane, bro. Like SR is so easy to gain in Resurgence rank right now, and a lot of it's thanks to these seasonal challenges. It's literally insane how much SR you get for this. Went from bronze 1 to like silver 3 literally in about maybe 4 to 5 games. Like realistically it felt like just 3, but 4 to 5 games realistically we hit just silver 3, and that's 6 tiers between 2 divisions, which is really crazy. All right, death fees breakdown. They have here the death fees. I don't think this was in earlier patch notes, but it's good to know. So silver 1 through 3 is just 2 SR, gold 1 through 3 is 3, plat 1 through 3 is 4, so it just goes up 1, and top 250 in iridescence, the max is 7, does not scale after that number. Deployment fees actually get kind of crazy in here. Bronze is free, it goes up to -10 for silver 1, -14 for silver 2, -18 for 3, 23, 28, 33, 39, 45, 51, 58, 65, 72, 80, 90, and 100. And if you guys pay attention to this, bro, -110 starts at iridescent and top 250, all the way up to -280. Deployment fees increase every 300 SR above 10,000 SR, which is crazy. Here's setback. Essentially, it's always 3 tiers. Here's top 250 division, leaderboards. Just gonna leave it up for a little bit. Breakdown on the stars. Top 8 you get 1 star, top 5 you get 2 star, and top 3 you get 3 stars. So there are competitive integrity features. They do have a rejoin features for players. Players must have at least 1 squad member remaining. There must be at least 3 squads remaining in the match, so that's pretty nice. Players can rejoin the same match once. To protect against abuse, players can have their ability to rejoin temporarily limited if they repeatedly disconnect from matches. Call outs: when a player disconnects, their operator will remain in match and can be eliminated as if they were playing. Players who do not rejoin during the allotted time will have their operator fully disconnected. When a disconnected player is eliminated, the resurgence timer will count down as expected, but they will only be redeployed once they're reconnected. Players that have been eliminated over 3 minutes and intentionally disconnect via via leave the match will not be presented with the option to rejoin. We have squad back out and match cancel. If you lose a match made teammate before the match begins, your squad will be taken back to the lobby so you don't start the match shorthanded. Too many squads get backed out before the match begins. We will return everyone to the lobby to find a better match. I think the number is 13. If there's less than 13 squads in the match, they will end the match literally. We had that actually on our first game. We didn't actually get to play the first game. We loaded in, there was less than 13 and gave us a 60-second timer to kick us out, which is a pretty long timer. It's either 60 or 30. All I know is that timer took forever to kick everybody out. Suspensions and penalties. Disconnecting from matches early and not rejoining can result in SR penalties. Match suspensions. Repeated disconnections will result in higher SR penalties. Longer suspensions. Note, players that have been eliminated for over 3 minutes can disconnect from the match via leave match without penalties. SR forgiveness. If a match made teammate disconnects during the game and does not rejoin, you will not lose any SR from the match. You will still be able to gain SR if you manage to gain more than your deployment fee. However, SR forgiveness does not apply if a party member leaves the match early. Demotion protection. Every time you're promoted to a new division, you will gain 3 games of demotion protection where you don't lose any SR. Once those games have passed, if you happen to lose enough SR, you will normally get demoted. You will instead only lose SR to reach the division floor. Gold would be 2100 SR, for example, to give you one more chance before getting demoted. Okay, so you kind of have technically 3. Party SR restrictions. This one also is available, but bronze and platinum can play. Diamond can play within 2 skill division ranks, so that means they can play with golds. Iridescence and crim players can play 1 division below, so crims can play with diamonds and iridescence. Iridescence can only play with top 250, iridescence or crim. Self-explanatory. Additional features. Hot streak. All this means is that when you win a game, your emblem lights on fire, and the more that you win consecutively, it changes the fire around the emblem. So they did bring that back. Playlist updates. We got the playlist updates, which we'll just leave that in the link for you guys to see. And now we're here for the improvements, and now there's a lot of good improvements. It looks like they did update a lot of the audio. Playing it yesterday, really did see some of the audio changes, but we still have issues with, after a certain time playing, players don't hear any boxes at all. We're playing big map and we played Resurgence. I didn't see that on Resurgence rank, but I did see that still on big map. On, it doesn't matter, we played duos, trios, and quads, and I didn't hear any boxes after like 4 or 5 games playing. Had to reset my game in order to get audio back. So do not know when they're going to fix that, but that's still a thing. Overall, the parachutes and the audible noises have been increased, and I have heard that. These are all new modes and match features. This is mostly for Resurgence. We'll leave that there. Most of these are not in rank, so we don't have to worry about that. If you are going to play a lot of Fortune's Key, though, you might want to know what these contracts are, and we've went over these power-ups in our last video. It was made known for everybody. So this is huge. Some big features on all modes. Health regen delayed. The speed of which you begin to heal after taking damage has been decreased to 6 seconds from 7 seconds. So that's pretty huge. And then the regen per second has been increased up 10. So that's insane. I'm not sure if it's on here, but I saw it somewhere. It's 6 seconds now to get from 1 health to 300 health, which is insane. Ground loot has been reworked. We have things now like the Attack Eradicator. There's a blue variant of Attack Eradicator that drops in big maps. Really, really nice. They do have the updated guns, so you do have the new AR and the new SMG that just came out available, and there's a few other things. Those are some pretty big highlights, and they actually have a Striker 9 build, some blue variant, and I think I saw purple in my time playing yesterday, and they go ham too. So some good ground loot to pay attention to. Danger Zone. An icon has been added to the attack map that shows the danger zone of an upcoming precision strike. Players in this area are at risk of being damaged, and this is actually a lifesaver. I think this quality of life has been amazing. If you're literally outside of those boundaries, you don't get hit from the precision airstrike, so you can actually eat the precision airstrike. And it was really nice. We won 2 games back to back, and our second game, it was insane. We were all on a roof, and the roof was large enough for the precision to be right down the middle but not on the side, so we all were able to just step out of the boundaries, look at the mini map, obviously step out of the boundaries, and we were not hit by a precision. This has been the best. Precision airstrike banner radius. Alongside HUD, the above, the distance at which the players see the existing warning for the precision on the HUD has had a range increase, which is really good actually. I think one thing that I've noticed though, I don't hear mortars. I don't get a noti for mortars unless whoever got the mortar on them originally, they call it out and say, hey, I got a mortar. Sometimes I've been in about a less than a 50-meter radius between me and a teammate, and they got mortared and I didn't hear anything at all. But precision comes in, bro. Sometimes I'm like 200 meters away, it feels like, and boom, I'm hearing that a precision comes in. Finally. UAV HUD. Players will now see a small red outline on their mini map when they're under the influence of a UAV. That I did see that. Enemy UAV, in order to help better understand when they're maybe visible or even being pushed by it. So my mini map lit up red so many times yesterday. Auto-equip durable mask. Masks got nerfed, but players will now auto-equip the durable gas mask over the regular gas mask. By default, players can still equip a regular gas mask over equip durable. In the backpack, normal gas masks are now automatically dropped when player equips a durable gas mask, which is nice. I hated picking up a durable gas mask and it goes into my inventory, then I have to go into my inventory and drop the gas mask when I get a durable. Redeploy drone ping, quality of life change. Location of a ping icon for the redeploy drone has been moved to the bottom of the ascender to improve player navigation. Death location highlight, quality of life. The player death skull and icon appears upon redeployment and remains visible until the player has landed. When the player has landed, the death icon will stay for an extra 10 seconds if the player landed near the death icon, which is nice. Sometimes you don't get any skulls at all when you die and you come back, so you don't know where your loot is unless you have an amazing memory and remember exactly where you died. But we did see a little bit of a bug yesterday because I did have a couple of the homies that I was running with yesterday several times during a game get killed and bought back, and there's times where they saw their skull and there's times where like, bro, I'm not seeing my skull at all, and the skull was not in zone, so I'm not sure how that's working out right now. Lootable grenade visibility. Loadout markers and smoke grenades are now easier to spot as ground loot. They are upright and slightly elevated from the ground. This will now match the behavior of deployable buy station grenades when they are on the ground. Auto-equip stowed kill streaks. Players will now auto-equip the next available kill streak that is stowed in the backpack if a matching one is not found. This one's actually pretty huge, but there's many times that I've bought, for example, a UAV, I drop my precision, but then I start getting pushed by a team and my precision's on the ground on the buy. Now they're able to use the precision if they find it on the floor against me. Now, and in those times, my backpack wasn't full. So now if your backpack isn't full, for example, and you buy a UAV and you had a precision, or you have a UAV and you bought a precision, your UAV will automatically be stowed to your backpack, which we did see that change in our play yesterday, and then you get to use your precision instead of it dropping and then you're just like, bro, where did my kill streak go? Live ping fade. While players are aiming down sight, live enemy pings will now fade away, which is nice. Before, it was just a quick of an instant. Now you'll see them, they'll gradually go away. Stow equip perk packs. Players can now stow their own equipped perk packs. That's pretty legit, actually. Before, I know you weren't able to. You could stow them if you picked up a different perk pack, but you wouldn't be able to stow them automatically. Like, hey, I'm just gonna take up my perk pack. So now, if you wanted to run a different meta, how it was before in Al Mazrah, where it was beneficial to run 2 different perk packs, that was a meta that was going around for a little bit, right? You'd run High Alert and Ghost, same perk in between, obviously, but when people would put an enemy UAV up, put on your Ghost, and go back to High Alert, I know that was a thing. And there was other swaps too, like with quick fix and restocks. There's a different way, different strategy that you guys get to use there, completely up to you. Infill flight path. The infill flight path now lingers for a while following the start of the match, and that's just smoke. When you're falling down, that smoke, you can see it a little bit better. Sit. All right, Battle Royale Urzikstan. Buy station shuffle. All this means is they move the buy stations around. Some buy stations now don't make any sense. I don't necessarily like that because I just got memorized on all the buy stations that were before, but now I got to memorize new buy stations. But there is some, when you guys go in the game, it literally doesn't make any sense. The Gulag loadouts are updated. Item drops decrease the chance of a portable radar and suppression mines appearing in the ground by 30%. I can see why they needed to do that a little bit, because there's been times where I've looted 4 buildings and I've come out with almost like 8 portable radars. So I'm either constantly asking somebody else to take it or just dropping that stuff down. Champion quest, they did change that for season 2. Progression got reset. Season 2 decreased by 10 seconds. That's kind of crazy. Chopper health increased by 10, and the order has changed for beryllium, trillium, and plutonium. This is general for weapons. Now, the first thing is probably the best thing they ever have done, and let me tell you why. ADS idle sway. A lot of things were uncovered from Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, but basically everybody has idle sway, and it has an infinite idle sway at the time. So even if you weren't aiming down sight, there was this infinite idle sway loop that was kind of like in a infinity sign, and it would always be going. It would always be random, starting at a different point point, ending at a different point, and there's nothing you can do about it. It was completely randomized, so you did not know when exactly the idle sway was going to hit right back in the middle. So there's always that little annoying thing, which made aiming and just accuracy with your aim so annoying. And if you play it enough, you'll notice it. Here, they did something super amazing, and they have a video up, and we'll get a clip of this here. While players aim down sight, idle sway is active. This mechanic discourages players from holding their sights for an extended period of time with a constant, subtle motion that introduces slight inaccuracies. Idle sway is now initiated shortly after aiming down sight rather than immediately, introducing a delay to the sway curve that is generally 5 milliseconds long but varies by weapon. Note, sniper rifles are not included with this change. After the initial delay, ADS aim idle sway now gradually increases over a 3-second period of time before reaching its peak speed rather than beginning at full speed upon aiming down sight. ADS idle sway now consistently begins from the position of the player's hipfire crosshair rather than along the sway curve. So this is really huge. All this means is that within the first 3 seconds that you aim down sight, you have no aim idle sway. It starts at 3 seconds. Once 3 seconds, it's about 6 seconds for it to ramp up to its full speed, which is really huge. And now if you're using any weapon that's not a sniper, you'll see wherever you really point, your bullets are going there for the first 3 seconds. Then you have to start paying attention about recoil control and those micro adjustments that you have to make sure to keep your accuracy on the players. That in itself is a lifesaver. They did the same thing with hipfire crosshair sway. So if you moved your crosshair, it would kind of drag along. Now it's just set, fixed, and it's on the same thing there. There is a slight sway for it. And let's show you guys the video that they showed us, which I was really excited for. And we retweeted it, by the way. Follow us on X. So you see the aim idle sway when you're aiming down sight. Before, it stays still, and then after 3 seconds it starts, which is huge. And then here's the hipfire crossway that they were talking about. So you see how that circle just kind of drags around. And now it's fixed. Aim idle sway is pretty big for everybody. Hipfire crosshair sway is really big for keyboard and mouse players. All right, new weapons, the BP50. This is meta. We'll be coming out with a video showing you guys what the best build is. In our opinion, the 2 new guns that are available right now, the BP50, I believe the next one's the Ram 9, are the meta. Long range meta for the BP50, and the Ram 9 is the short range meta. This thing freaking shreds. It's amazing. I am telling you, I haven't had more fun with 2 guns in a long time. Now we have weapon adjustments. General, we've reduced recoil on all weapons using tac stance. A number of improvements have been made to Modern Warfare 2 weapons as well. So let's see here. All assault rifles, BRs, marksman rifles, LMGs, and sniper rifles. Here come the nerfs and the buffs for the weapon. Ram 7 has been nerfed. We're looking at a mid damage range reduction to 24, down from 28. A min damage range reduction to 22, down from a 25. MCW, aim down sight time, has been increased from 256 milliseconds from 240. Increased sprint to fire time from 252 up from 241, which is about an 11-point difference there. Holger 556 increased aim down sight speed from 270 milliseconds from 260, so 10-second increase there. The TR7 Geist got a nerf, which is crazy. Reduced the headshot multiplier by 0.5, so 1.25 from 3. Upper torso damage modifier increased to 1.15, up from 1.05. Arm and hand damage modifier increased from 1.15 up from 0.96. So it got a little bit of buff in those areas, but nerfed in the headshots. The battle rifles, the BAS-B gets another nerf because they did nerf this before, but now I got another nerf. Max damage reduced from 30 down from 35. Increased the sprint to fire time speed though. Increases to aim down sight speed. Increases to the hip fire spread. It might be a good SMG. MTZ-762. Semi-auto damage override has been removed. The weapon now does the same damage in semi-auto as it does in semi-automatic. There's some weapons that do more damage if you put them in their alternate firing mode than they do in their original. Just a heads up. Sidewinder got a buff though. They decreased the recoil and gun kick significantly, and they increased the bullet velocity by 60 ms. We might have to try to check that out. Jack Thunder LMG kit increases the delay before acceleration rate that begins to decay to 500 ms from 200 ms. Decreases the acceleration of the fire rate decay rate to 240 RPMs, down down from 340 RPMs, increases the gun kick control and recoil control by 35%. So hopefully the Sidewinder actually doesn't feel like a absolute dumpster fire. HMR 9 got a max damage range reduction from 12.9 down from 16.5 meters. All this means is that you just can't effectively destroy somebody at longer ranges. WSP 9 got a max damage increase to 18 meters, up from 16.5, a mid damage range increase from 26.7 meters, up from 22.9, a decrease from aim down sight times from 220 down from 224, and the Bloodmother 4.5 kit, it's decreased its sight time from 241 ms down from 270 ms, and movement speed decreased penalties by 15%. Nerf to shotguns all around. Haymaker still shredding though, and the reason why is because the Dragon Breath rounds didn't get any actual damage reduction, just damage range. Lockwood 680, mid damage range reduced to 30 down from 44. Defender Heavy Barrel now increases sprint to fire time penalties to 30%, up from 8%. That's a massive one, dude. That's kind of crazy. That means they're still probably viable. Just saying, somebody's gonna find a different loadout. Haymaker Dragon Breath rounds, max damage range decreased to 2.9 meters down from 3.5 meters. Near mid damage range decreased to 4.1 meters down from 4.8. Again, no actual damage reduction on those things, so it's still shredding. Riveter shotgun near mid damage range reduced to 5.5 meters down from 6.3 meters. The .410 gauge incendiary rounds max damage range reduced to 2.5 meters down from 3 meters, and then near mid damage range decreased to 3.3 down from 3.8. Still okay. Bryson 890 mid damage range reduced to 10.4 meters down from 13.2. KV broadside decreased sprint to fire time to 189 ms down from 210. Decreased aim down sight time to 240 down from 330. Lockwood 300 Dragon Breath rounds max damage range decreased from 2.6 down from 3.3. Near mid damage range decreased from 5.3 down from 7.1, and the Max Guardian Dragon Breath rounds have been reduced to 2.9 down from 3.5. Near mid damage range is looking at 4.8 down from 5.5. So just shorten the distance. They didn't do any actual damage nerfs to it. Still viable. Alan G, Plymouth Yacht 762 Jack Annihilator Bullpup kit. Near mid damage range is set to 32. New variable. Near mid damage range set to 31.1. New variable. Mid damage range reduced to 30 down from 34. Got a little bit of nerf and they added some variables into that. The TAC Evolver got a buff, and now this gun, people are saying it's good, so this might be a contender or absolute meta. Max damage increased to 34 up from 26. Max damage range reduced to 30.5 down from 45.8. Near mid damage range is 29. New variable. Near mid damage is 29. New variable. Near mid damage range is 4.85 millimeters. New variable. Min damage range increased to 26 up from 20. So they added new variables to that. I got a lot of bit of a buff and a little bit of a nerf. TAC Eradicator increases sprint to fire time to 252 up from 210. Increases aim down sight time to 340 up from 330. We have the 556 Icarus decreases sprint to fire time to 335 down from 250. RAL LMG decreases sprint to fire time to 199 down from 216. Decreases aim down sight time to 330 down from 390. RPK decreases aim down sight time to 380 down from 410. Marksman rifles. KVD Enforcer decreases headshot multiplier to 1.4 down from 1.8. MTZ Interceptor increases sprint to fire time to 262 ms up from 252. Increases aim down sight time to 280 up from 265. Decreases neck multiplier to 1 down from 1.62. So they did change that a bit. MCW 6.8 decreases aim down sight time to 245 ms down from 271. Decreases hip fire spread minimum to 1.4 down from 5. Decreases hip fire spread maximum to 10 down from 12.1. Decreases bullet velocity to 930 down from 1016. Oof, that one got hit too. LMS reduces the intensity of aim idle sway. The LMS also has been pretty nice for a marksman rifle, but I highly recommend the Tempest Torrent. They buffed the crossbow. Neck multiplier is increased to 3 versus 1.2. Lower limb damage has been increased to 1 versus 0.9. So that lower limb wasn't too much. Neck multiplier, that's kind of crazy though. Sniper rifles. Here's your new one-shot sniper rifle. powerful. The XRK Stalker can now one-shot down to the head and its maximum damage range, and the maximum damage range has been increased to 50.8 meters. Longbow, min damage has been reduced to 73, down from 75. We got a little bit of a nerf there. Decreases aim down sight time from 520 to 550. Signal 50, near mid damage range has been reduced to 62.3, down from 67.4. And SPX 80, increased aim down sight time to 545, up from 521. Handguns, Renetti, Jack Ferocity Carbine Kick reduces movement speed penalties by 50%. So a little bit faster with that. WSP Swarm gets an increase to its max damage from 24 up from 20. Near mid damage range increased to 22 up from 16. Min damage range increased from 20 up from 14. The .50 GS, which is another variant of the Deagles from Modern Warfare 2. Max damage has been increased to 78 from 72. Basilisk, lower torsal damage modifier increased to 1.2 from 1.1. I have all these melees. Jack BFB got a heavy nerf, guys. The Jack BFB muzzle decreases gun kick control benefit to 55, down from 60. Decreases vertical recoil benefit from 35, down from 40. Increases aim down sights penalty to 15, up from 12. Increases sprint to fire time penalty to 14%, up from 11. Increases aim walking speed penalty to 17, up from 14. And they added a 18% bullet velocity penalty, which is pretty insane. So here's some perks too that you guys kind of want to know what they changed. Flex perk, revised audio levels when equipped. Irradiated now reduces damage by 20% and allows players to play in the gas. Pretty big. Battle Hardened will now show the resist icon for the score streak owner when a player resists the Guardian. Quick Fix will now correctly regenerate health when player inserts an armor plate. Shrouded, the deployment smoke has slightly randomized and offset so it's not directly up top of the player. Here's where it gets really spicy. They buff the Claymores. Claymores do close range 170 and then far range 100. C4s, they buff those, throwing velocity, and then they can throw from 5 to 15 meters. Breacher drones, they got nerf. Frag grenade. Here's where I want you guys to pay attention. If you guys aren't running frags, I don't know what the heck you're doing with your life, but you need to be running frags. You literally need to be running frags. This is insane. Keep in mind, 300 health, all right? Flak Jacket, still, they haven't fixed it from what I know, but it doesn't really work as well, and it doesn't protect for some reason good against frag grenade. Now, here's the thing with frag grenades. A lot of people use Semtex, a lot of people use throwing knives. Pair that with shrapnel, bro, you're gonna be destroying people. Close range has been increased 275, 200 and 175 for their far range, and the mid range obviously is 200. That's a huge implication. Think about it. 300 health, just saying. Warzone, it's 300 health. It means if I smack you in the face with a nade and it blows up, you got 25 health and I just gotta spit on you and you're dead. So just giving you guys that heads up. Just gas masks and durable gas masks have been reduced, so they got nerfed. They reduced to 100 down from 120 and then 200 down from 140. Thank you guys for sticking with me for this long. If you guys are here for this long, please consider subscribing, liking, sharing, commenting as well. Check out our other channel, which is Cha-Ching24K on YouTube. That channel is designed more for podcasting content and more IRL stuff. So if you guys are more interested in that as well, go check out that channel. We do have some Warzone stuff, very old, very back in the day. That was the original stuff, but we started this new channel at Cha-Ching Games. So please don't forget to hit that like button, the sub button, comment, share, do the whole nine. Appreciate y'all. Guys, check out our apparel company, chachingapparel.com. We're wearing some of the stuff right now. And check us out on Spotify, Cha-Ching. Check us out there. We got some lo-fi for you. Until next time, I'll catch you. Hey.